Just a few months ago, Venus Williams' sister evolved away from tennis. In an Instagram post on Monday night, Venus Williams sparked rumors about her own future in the sport. In the 28th annual anniversary of her first professional match, Williams wrote a message that made many people wonder if she might be quitting tennis soon. This and much more in today's episode, where we bring you the latest from the world of tennis. Starting us off, Venus Williams' reflective post raises speculation about tennis' future. Venus Williams' Instagram post about the 28th anniversary of her first professional tennis match sparked rumors that her legendary career might be coming to an end. On this day 28 years ago, I made my debut to professional tennis, Williams wrote in a caption for two photos of herself as a 14-year-old at the 1994 Bank of the West Classic, where she played her first WTA match. I had no idea what Serena and I would go through in this sport 28 years later. I can remember the wins and losses, but in the end, it was always about trying to be the best version of myself, no matter what happens, every day. I have no regrets when I look back. Everything has been worth it. Several of her peers, like Coco Gauff and Riley Opelka, liked what she wrote on Monday night. Williams last played at the US Open in September. She lost in the first round of the singles competition and then teamed up with Serena as a wildcard entry in the doubles competition. The Czech team of Lucy Hradecka and Linda Noskova beat the sisters 7-6, 5, 6-4 in the first round. Serena said in August that she wanted to evolve away from tennis and focus on things she wanted to do off the court. She was given a star-studded send-off at the US Open, but the older Williams sister didn't say anything about her plans. When asked about her future in the sport, Williams told reporters after her first-round singles match at Flushing Meadows, "Right now, I'm just focused on the doubles." Venus Williams, who is 42 years old, was once ranked number 1 in the world. She has won 7 Grand Slam singles titles and 16 major doubles titles, 14 in women's doubles and 2 in mixed doubles. She's won 5 Olympic medals over the course of her career, which is tied for the most ever won in a sport at the Olympics. During the 2022 season, she only played in 5 events, including a mixed doubles-only match at Wimbledon. In singles play, she went 0-4 during that season. Williams would need a wild card to be able to play in the Australian Open, which starts on January 16th. Next, tennis icon Venus Williams reveals her biggest hurdle as an entrepreneur. When you look at the history of tennis, you can't deny that Venus Williams was one of the first people to do something new. Serena Williams, the other famous sister, once said, "I wouldn't be Serena if there wasn't Venus." Williams has made a name for herself in her sport for many years, and she recently talked about the early stages of her journey as a business owner. In the same way that she worked hard as a black woman in a mostly white sport, she worked hard to do well in her business ventures, such as her clothing brand 11. Williams told Afrotech that her biggest challenge as an entrepreneur was to gain respect in a field that she had never worked in before and find a way to make the work more meaningful. Getting respect in business was like getting it in sports. Be consistent and put on a good product or result, and respect will come. Well, Venus Williams credits her mom for exploring her creativity. The tennis champion told us, "I've always loved tennis, and one reason I've been able to keep loving it for so long is because I have other interests, like fashion and interior design. My mother always told me to use my creativity. So being able to use that part of myself, whether it's with my lifestyle brand 11 or my interior design firm V-Star, is a way for me to express myself and contribute to industries that I find so exciting." Williams has always been driven by the desire to do meaningful work and fill gaps in different industries through her business ventures. She created 11 Privilege Tax Initiative, which lets customers donate to the movement and help the charity Girls Inc. because she loves fashion and wants to close the pay gap between men and women. Williams is still a professional athlete and a businesswoman. Her secret is that she thinks quality is more important than anything else. "The way I run all of my businesses is a lot like how I ran my athletic career," she said. "As an athlete and a business owner, I always try to do my best and show the best version of myself or a product that I can. I never want to put out something that isn't the best it can be, so we practice, just like in sports." As a bonus, American Fritz stays in the hunt for ATP finals with a win in Paris. Taylor Fritz of the United States is still in the running for one of the 2 remaining spots in the ATP finals. On Monday, in the first round of the Paris Masters, he beat Alejandro Davidovich Fokina of Spain 7-5, 6-2. Fritz, who was ranked 9th, came back from being down 4-2 in the first set to win the second by winning the last 4 games. Davidovich Fokina made 24 mistakes he didn't mean to make, while Fritz only made 9. The ATP finals are already set for Carlos Alcaraz, Rafael Nadal, Stefanos Tsitsipas, Casper Ruud, Daniil Medvedev, and Novak Djokovic. Fritz, Felix Auger-Aliassime, Andrei Rublev, and Hubert Hurkacz are among the 8 players who could win. Fritz has won tournaments this year in Tokyo, Eastbourne, and Indian Wells. Last year, in the quarterfinals of the Paris Masters, he lost to Djokovic, who went on to win. Number 13 seed Matteo Berrettini pulled out of the tournament because he hurt his left foot. Lucky loser Fabio Fognini took his place in the main draw. On Monday, the only seeded players to lose were Jannik Sinner and Marin Cilic. Sinner, who was the number 11 seed, lost to Swiss qualifier Marc-Andrea Huesler 6-2, 6-3, and Cilic, who was the number 15 seed, was shocked by up-and-coming Italian Lorenzo Musetti 6-4, 6-4. Huesler said, "I was lucky in some important ways, and I made the right choices when things were tight." John Isner, Maxime Cressy, and Francis Tiafoe, all Americans, also made progress. Isner beat Oscar Otte, a qualifier, 6-4, 7-6 in his first match back after a wrist injury. He broke at 4-3 and saved 2 set points in the second set at 5-4. Isner won the match with his 19th ace, which put him up 6-0 in the tiebreaker. He will next play Rublev, who is ranked 7th. Cressy beat Diego Schwartzman 6-3, 6-3, and will now play Djokovic. Tiafoe, the number 16 seed, beat Italian qualifier Lorenzo Sonego 6-4, 6-4, and will now play Djokovic. Karen Khachanov, Richard Gasquet, who was a wild card, Yoshihito Nishioka, Gilles Simon, Mikhail Ymer, and Nicolas Basilashvili also moved on. Nishioka will next play Alcaraz, who is ranked number 1. Simon, who was retiring at the end of the season, beat Andy Murray in 3 sets, 4-6, 7-5, and 6-3. At 6-4, 5-3, Murray's serve wasn't good enough to win the match. He made a couple of mistakes that let Simon break back. Simon lived up to his reputation as a tactician who makes his opponents make bad shots. He was ranked 188th in the world. Murray made 36 unintentional mistakes, while the French wildcard only made 11. Murray made 2 mistakes with his forehand, which Simon used to take a 2-1 lead in the 3rd set. In the last game, Murray hit a backhand out of bounds and made 3 double faults. Finally, WTA needs assurances on Peng Shuai inquiry for China to hold finals. A year ago on Wednesday, Chinese tennis star Peng Shuai said that a former high-ranking member of the Chinese Communist Party had sexually assaulted her. After she posted on the Chinese social media site Weibo, no one talked to her directly for 2 weeks. However, an email claiming to be from her was sent to WTA President Steve Simon, and state-run media released photos and a video. Since she came out a year ago, the tennis star hasn't posted on social media or been seen in public anywhere else than the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics. In February, she met with IOC President Thomas Bach, but she hasn't met with Simon yet, so people continue to worry about her safety. Simon canceled the WTA finals and the other 9 events in China for the 2022 season in December 2021 because he was worried about Peng's safety. But what about the season coming up in 2023? Simon recently talked to the Associated Press to say that he is still not sure when the WTA will go back to China to play. The problem is that China signed a deal in 2018 to host the WTA finals through 2030. Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, China couldn't hold the finals in 2020 and 21. Simon wants to know how the event will go forward by the first quarter of next year. He said that the WTA still has some problems to work out, one of which is Peng's current situation. Well, that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time, cheers.